Thank you, Mr. Whopperman. I've been playing really good the last 2 weeks. I'm happy because at all these locals, like for a good portion of this game, I would lose fairly consistently to Sunito, Scat, and Salt 1. And then these last few weeks of locals, I've been consistently beating all of them instead. I really feel like everything's really starting to come together for me. Now I just gotta make it come through at the big house where it really counts, you know? Oh, really? Baiji? Excellent. Congratulations, buddy. That first W is always a really nice feeling. No, I'm not going to summon Andremo. Like, I didn't even try to go. Because there's a tournament in the Netherlands called Syndicate that's going to be going on the same weekend as Summit, and I got an invite to that. And I'm not saying no to a trip to the Netherlands, so... Like, Summit's cool and all, but I'd rather get to that, honestly. Ooh. Yeah, Pasta Guy. I mean, I double limbed him yesterday without dropping a set, so... I was in a slump against Sunito, Scat, and Salt 1 for a while, and now I'm out of it with all three. Things are going well. Oh, Mr. Nair? I didn't want to campaign for Summit because I don't want to ask people to spend money on me. It's just something... I would feel guilty doing it, honestly. Like, I didn't mind asking people to vote for me for Syndicate because it's just a Twitter poll. But I don't want to, like, make people feel like they need to spend large sums of money on me. Latest Sunlight. Essentially, the reason money's so important for Summit voting is everyone who has a Smash GG account can get a small amount of default votes, but you can buy merchandise in order to basically buy more votes. So what ends up happening is every single Summit campaign ends up being decided by large sums of money. Basically, who is willing to donate the most for their top players, or whatever. Like, I know to make it into the last thing like this, Mr. R basically made it into the last one of these that he could, because someone last minute donated about $10,000 worth of votes, which led him to being able to make it in over some others. And there's usually very large sums of money involved. So usually the players that make it in have at least several $1,000s spent on them, but usually 10,000 or more. So basically it's a money who's the richest / popularity contest. And I didn't want to participate. Like, if I were to qualify for Summit regularly, cool. I got a spot on the Syndicate Compendium, so I'm just gonna go to that instead anyway. So now I have even less reason to care. And please consider using your votes that you would use on me if I was in Summit voting, and use it on Randy instead. Plus, the campaign this man has been running has been nothing short of unique and insane. One of his friends, for $300, ate a cockroach ghost pepper sandwich on stream. One guy did a WWE elbow drop to a watermelon, breaking it. They all ate ghost peppers live on stream. Let's see, Arfang did his sister gave him a Pichu face mask like James Charles. Every single one of them took their shirts off and had body paint of their characters put on their chests. Let's see, They read 18 plus, not safe for work fanfiction of top smashers on stream with a certain donation goal. They painfully waxed Arfang's legs on stream. Like, they've done so much crazy stuff. They've suffered so much in the name of entertainment and donations. If you can't respect that level of hustle to get summit votes, then I don't know what to tell you. Thick Nick, I don't have one. Solo Falcon. I play Link and Ganon for fun, but the only character I play seriously is Falcon right now. Game & Watch is the worst Falcon matchup? Possibly. It's him, Inkling, or Pikachu. I haven't decided which of those three is the worst, but like, all three of those I feel are basically unwinnable at top level. Literally everything else though, Falcon can make work. Let's go, Ganon! But, Corey, yes, I did win the monthly yesterday. I've been playing really good recently. I'm happy because for a good bit of Smash 4, or Ultimate, I've been, as I'm sure a lot of you know, I've definitely had a lot of struggles. Both Sunito, Salt 1, and Scat were all players that would beat me fairly consistently for most of this game so far, but in the past few weeks I've been consistently beating all three of them, and I've won everything I've entered for like the last month almost. Thank you, Pimento Duro, by the way, for dropping a follow. It's great to have you here today. The double up tilt special. My favorite game ever besides Smash? Maybe Planescape Torment? It's an old PC RPG. Other contenders for my favorite games of all time are like Majora's Mask, 999, Chrono Cross, and Super Mario Galaxy 2. So my favorite game of all time is probably, I think my top three is, in no particular order, Majora's Mask, Planescape Torment, and 999. They're all really dark and depressing. Like most of my favorite things. Data list, think of it this way. The buffs they gave it to make it more consistent, it's still less consistent than it should be. Like, here's a really simple example. So there are a bunch of other moves in the game, like Mii Brawler Side B, for instance, and Pit and Dark Pit Side B, that function exactly the same as a Falcon Side B. The way they function, in a nutshell, is there's an initial startup period, usually around 10 frames, where nothing has actually happened yet. After those 10 frames, the movement begins, okay? Then, once you become within proximity of an opponent's hurt box, then 2 frames later, the hitbox will come out. For whatever reason, Falcon's is programmed exactly the same way, except it comes out 5 frames later instead of 2. So the opponent has an extra 3 frames that they can potentially get out. Literally all of them are programmed exactly the same in every single way, except for that. They're like, Falcon? Yeah, let's just not. Pre-patch, it came out 6 frames later. So they just made it 1 frame faster, which, I mean, it's like putting a bandage on a leaking ship. I mean, yeah, it technically helps, but like, they're just like, We're just gonna like stop the bleeding, but we're not gonna take the knife out, you know? Oh, for sure, Yellow. It's not gonna be on stream though. I actually talked to him about it recently, and he said that he refuses to do anything even remotely serious online. So I don't blame him. Yeah, that's true, Zeoxfree. Like, those are kill... They're kind of like what Falcon's Raptor Boost used to be. And now it's just... It functions differently. Oh my god. Bruh. Dude, she stuck out her tippy toes and I like clipped them.